We are live. Just need to get my stuff open. We
Hello,
are live.
let me open your stream.
Just need to get my stuff open.
Computer, let me open the stream. Okay, it doesn't want to. Yay. Yay, one viewer.
Is that
Okay.
you?
I'm assuming. Dev stream time, more pixelated animations commencing. Does that make sense of this sentence?
What'd you say?
Dev stream time, more pixelated animations commencing.
Yeah?
Come join us.
I've got drop frames. I don't know if that's a problem. I only noticed you could see that on, or found out. So what isn't fine for drop frames? Okay. Okie dokie. Once again, the spaceman today, and then if I have time, I might animate a fly afterwards.
Time flies again. I mean, technically, this animation that you're doing, half of it is done.
Oh yeah, is this the one that you're saying was the pickup animation? So I need to
so
find
you'll
that.
definitely have time for the fly.
Okay.
And tweet has been released. Let's go on Discord.
So I need to find my pickup animation. Pickup ground? No, pickup, just normal pickup.
Pick up the ground.
Pick up from the ground? No, just a normal pickup one.
It's not pick up ground, yeah, it's
pickup normal. Hi, Joe.
Oh, you also tweeted it, okay.
Yeah, I thought I'd do my own tweet. I don't know if it'll do anything, but okay. So it's just a bunch of copy paste. Okay, do I copy paste it? I suppose that makes sense too.
Hello.
Whoops.
Cool Venus plant I'm doing today.
Whoops. Okay. So 4 of the animations, what am I saying? Frames are done. And 1's repeated, maybe? Did you draw the same frame twice? What is this? Oh no, it's kind of different?
It's a cape.
Oh, okay. It just goes back a frame. Okay. So what are you drawing? You're drawing a cooler stream here. That's not true.
Yeah, so you will know.
You're drawing a Venus flytrap, did you say?
Yes. And everyone's going to discover my technique now, which means I'm stealing pictures from the internet and trying to make them my own. Ooh, okay, that's nice. No, I'm okay. I'm good for now. I just wanted to see where your tree is, Matt, so I can place my plants. As long as they're roughly wrapped around the tree somehow.
Wow.
Thanks for honking, neighbors. That would show everyone, especially my ears. Okay, so where my reference is at. On a few illustrations. So that's like that.
Imagine having to like do old school traditional animation where you have to draw every single frame. I mean, that's what we're doing, but like hand drawn every single frame.
On paper with like
Mhm.
light books. Yeah, no thanks. I've done this once in my life. That was the last time. Um, rough. So let's see. Here, nicely.
You just draw a pipe and draw one of the I don't even know what they're called, thingies from Super Mario. That'll do.
Yeah, they're inspired by this one, basically. Is there any fingers doing?
Is there any what?
or exaggerated because of prehistoric. It's a game.
Feels really
Doing-
weird doing loads of spaceman animations and like I haven't touched the Amazon for ages.
Yes, because this is spaceman stuff. Well, then again, it felt weird doing the spaceman without just doing the Amazon all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Guess you could say he felt alien to draw.
Oh dear.
You could say that, not me. Um,
Hmm?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, this leg looks really awkward. Hmm.
Yeah, there's no music in the stream, huh?
Your what?
There's no music in your stream.
Yeah, I know.
So, what should we talk about to entertain all these 4 people here? Not sure how many heads, but
3's probably
5,
Probably
6.
good. I wouldn't put loads. Also, you don't want it to be confusing about which one to put it in. Like,
Sure, but this one looks.
the other ones are closed.
Thanks,
I guess it's
Bike.
fine. Sorry?
Thank you, Bike, from outside.
I didn't hear
Thanks
it.
a lot. That's surprising.
All I heard was you.
Yeah, I'm imitating bike sounds. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess. Can we just keep drawing and I'll find out which one it is, the prominent one. I mean, you can tell which one it is because it's gonna have stuff in its mouth, I guess. I like color. Completely steal this design for now. Stealing designs from other people is cool until they find out, and then it's not so cool. That's the first pass. This means we're gonna draw this on top of this rough drawing a couple of times to get the hang of it. Make the lines less bullshitty and more defined. Pink mouth. Cool. Cool. Some blue here. No reason for what I'm doing because I'm gonna erase this later, but sure. So maybe we should draw more plants, but like darker behind this to show that they're in the background. They're just like detail. I remember we wanted to have a puzzle with this kind of plant
Mm-hmm.
back in the game jam.
Yeah, when we like deleted half the game. Well, the idea of doing half the game because it was way too much to do.
Yes. It was like a third puzzle that I never designed, which was good in hindsight because we weren't going to do it anyway.
No.
Not even sure the second puzzle was completely designed.
What second puzzle? What do you mean?
The one that I just talked about from the game jam. The one we scrapped.
Oh, we said second puzzle. I thought there was another one. No, it wasn't designed.
So I think you only have an issue with music if people play them back, right? Your videos, or is this
Sorry?
for like more? So is the issue with like playing music an issue that you can get like verified or whatever, or is it just that people are gonna replay your stream and the music is gonna
No,
flag it?
just didn't particularly want to, unless people want me to. But like, I feel like some people might be watching whilst doing something else at the same time.
Yeah,
Well, like,
I feel like people are gonna tune in, not hear anything from us, and be like, "Okay, cool, bye." Not that music helps for you to stay, but sure. Mm. It was so cold today here, and now suddenly it's like incredibly hot.
it was cold today. Now it's hot. Did you say?
Yeah, it started really cold in the morning, and now it's like scorching hot.
How cold is really cold?
Cold enough for me to be cold. I don't know. I guess it's subjective, but
Yeah, I
it's
guess.
really cold for considering that all these days were not cold at all.
Right. Yeah, it's like it's all right here, but I think it is cold. Technically, it's apparently 12 degrees.
I mean, I visited London around this time last year. Well, a month after that time, and it was still like reasonably cold. It was okay. Remember, it was mostly rain, not that much freezing coldness.
It wouldn't be the UK without rain.
Yeah, Netherlands, and it was kind of the same. I don't know what was worse. People had a lot of annoying little dripping rain everywhere. The one that can decide if it wants to rain or not is just gonna like particles of water in the air all the time.
Drizzle.
I guess, yeah, that.
Yeah, I went to Dartmoor one time and there was I experienced like a lot of sun, rain,
Yeah,
drizzle, snow, hail,
jeez.
all within like
I had that
10
once in
minutes.
Netherlands in one day. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, wow, okay, yeah, and like thunder at some point, it's far away. Yeah, I used to be in when I used to be in the Netherlands. I was getting my friends from Greece. I was like, how's it going there? It's like, oh, it's been raining for 2 days. I was like, well, it's been raining for 2 weeks here. Like, how are you even complaining?
Mhm.
Oh no, we lost a day of sun from like 300 days of sun already. That's kind of working now. Huh? It's like a lot of cheating.
Yeah.
Still not sure about the colors or how it's gonna look in pixels, but giving a shot. Bada bing, bada boom, boom, boom. The hell was this video you shared with a K-pop group that was like always doing the same introduction?
Had I not sent that to you before?
Huh?
Had I not sent that to you before?
No.
They dress up like sushi in their music video.
So let's try and redraw that.
You draw what? What you just drew?
Yeah. Like on top of it, like trace it basically.
Oh, Costas, Matt says he watched that, how do you pronounce that?
Oh,
Apostle movie last night?
Apostle? I was thinking of watching it today. How was it? It's weird. It's the guy who did this film did The Raid, which was like, I don't know if you've heard of this film. It's like
I
in
won't have.
Thailand, and it's like,
You guys were
huh?
chatting about films and I hadn't heard of any of them except for The Witch.
Apostle is on Netflix.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it's pretty good. It started well, lost me a bit towards the end. But was it like, I'm guessing since I found it on some lists about folk horror, was folk horror I'm guessing? If it's called Apostle, I'm assuming it has something to do with Christianity or something. Or I guess Apostle doesn't really have to do with Christianity, just with any religion. It's like no, not really religion though. Apostle is, I guess, the person who comes after the prophet or whatever. So they're like supposed to.
I don't know. Literally, I look up the definition and it says each of the 12 chief disciples of Jesus Christ, an important
Yeah, but
early Christian teacher or pioneer missionary. Oh, right.
yeah,
A
but
vigorous
you
and
can also use the
pioneering
term.
advocate or supporter of a
Yeah,
particular policy, idea, or cause. Okay.
yeah. So like you are a supporter of an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Then just for the tone of it, I'd like to see that. I mean, that's what I kind of heard from the reviews. That's why I wasn't watching it for ages, because everyone was saying, "Oh, it's all right." I guess like, no one was super amazed by it, but I'll just judge for myself, I guess. For some reason, I decided to watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre again yesterday. I've
Ugh.
only seen it once. It's pretty disturbing, but
Hate films like
it's
that.
just surprising how much they do with so little budget in this film, and from a film pointing perspective. Yeah, I know you're not the audience of such a film, but I'm just saying it
Absolutely
for the
never
chat.
watching any film like that ever again.
Well, I can't say you haven't tried, so that's why.
As in that kind of film, or have you seen Midsummer?
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. is the term I would say. It starts like the interesting thing about it. It's like about a. I'm not sure if it's fictional or not, but it's about like a pagan festival in Sweden. But because it's like Sweden, and it's the summer when it takes place, that means that the whole film is like in sun, because it's like doesn't get dark.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like creepy, the idea of like a sunny, flowery festival that's a horror film at the same time.
Yeah.
It's pretty like disturbing. But other than that, it's pretty disturbing for other reasons too, Matt. I would say. Like yeah, towards the end it gets like yeah, dials it up a lot. Matt, have you seen Hereditary, which is the film before Midsummer by the same director? Not that it's a prequel. I'm just saying it's the same director who did another horror film, and that was pretty disturbing, and it did have something to do with cult. It's not folk horror, but it's culty. It has a cult following within the film. Yeah, I mean, I like that more, I think, than Midsummer. Even though Midsummer might have been prettier, the other one was more disturbing in a way. Yeah, they were both disturbing. Just the other one was a bit more. I don't know, emotionally disturbing, I guess, because the other one had a lot of shock value. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's. I'm guessing. Yeah, I want to check the other film I told you about, which I have no idea what it's about, but it's called what was it, The Killing or The Kill List? Yeah, Kill List. That I kept it's English folk horror too, and I don't know how I discovered it, but it kept popping up on every list about folk horror, so it might be good. I think my favorite from atmosphere point of view might be The Wicker Man, because I felt like really like an outsider, same as this guy who was in that community trying to understand what the hell's going on. Plus Christopher Lee being a cultist, so it's pretty cool. Is the Nicolas Cage film the one where there's this meme with the bees? By a meme, I mean an actual scene from the film. Okay, so I decided that I'm gonna do 3 different layers. And the third one is gonna be the actual head that we want. Ooh, The Omen was The Omen had fantastic music. I think it's like really cool soundtrack. But was The Omen folk horror? I think it was like in the countryside or whatever. Flock horror, where they have flocks of sheep. Um, yeah, there's another film that comes to mind. It's not folk horror, but it falls into the category of guess horror in foreign areas. Is that? Well, I guess I can use Google. David Sutherland is in it. takes place in Venice. No, he's not David Sutherland. What's Kiefer Sutherland's dad? Kiefer Sutherland's dad. Guy from the Hunger Games and every other film.
Donald?
Yes, Donald Sutherland. Okay, let's reverse engineer. So Donald Sutherland.
Matt, you're more than welcome to hop on a call with us if you want to talk out loud.
Don't Look Now. That's what the film's called. That's pretty creepy film. Have you heard of it? Yeah, I'm not sure how to describe it. It's like a part ghost film, part drama.
If you're in a call, you can talk and then draw at the same time.
I guess I don't know. I mean, I enjoy talking horror, so. I have a film on my list called Pumpkinhead. I know nothing about it. I've only seen a few visuals, and it looks really cool. I don't know if it's paranormal or whatever.
Pumpkinhead.
Listening to more horror movie soundtracks lately because of the Halloween. It's a bit weird because most of them are a bit calming instead of scary. It's like instrumental and slow, so they like build some tension or just like lull you into some safety in a way, because that's what films do, I guess. Like that, they want to make you feel okay before you get scared. So that was interesting. That was so much time has passed, and I wasn't scared by it. I'm doing this planned.
You don't know what you're doing with it.
Well, I mean, I'm adding some stuff now, but it looks more confusing than. Maybe it doesn't. Redraw that. Like.
Oh, like stuff in the
I do want
background.
the silhouette to stand out.
Matt's gonna join. Should we
Oh, up to you. I mean,
yeah, let me just
should be
invite.
hard. Oh, you want to change the call thing?
It's
Or
not
invite
that.
Matt
It
here.
just needs to. People can't see your screen at the moment. Yeah, let me just sort this out. So
No.
invite
I've been
Matt.
silenced visually.
How do I invite Matt from the screen? Can I? Can I? Huh. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's gonna start a different call, by the way. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Still the
I'm gonna start. Yeah. It's gonna start another call, so I'll just have to sort out the screen in a sec. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna start now.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
Easier than typing, I suppose.
Uh,
We're gonna be.
nice screen sharing, Sarah, from my screen.
No, I just said that. I need to sort that out.
Okay.
Yeah. God.
Hey, we got
Meaning
Matt here.
you need to share your screen. Share your screen again.
Oh, I'm not. Okay.
I could share my one as well, but that might ruin your whole setup.
No, I mean you
Oh,
can.
do you want
just
that?
change Costa's screen with Matt's screen, and we're good.
I think I can. Let's see if it captures graphic scale first. It does not.
It doesn't.
No.
Oh,
Mine capture Flash, which I mean, I thought it can capture any window, right?
yeah. If you screen share and choose the window, can you not see it there?
Yeah.
Or is it not?
Oh, it does work. It's because I had it minimized. That's
Oh.
weird. Yeah, that should work.
Yeah, I can see.
Cool, my lovely layers. I'm actually working on not just slapping it all on one layer and going, oops, halfway through.
Oh no. We're gonna spoil like one person, so that's fine.
It's not actually being shown. Is it?
On stream, you mean?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm lagging a bit behind, so I have to refresh.
Is it working okay?
Yeah.
I can see your screen.
I am trying to
Oh, okay.
sort it out.
I'm wondering what to do with the other side of the river, but I guess we'll wait until you've worked out this thing.
What is going on? Why is it not letting me? Why is that so like what's the word?
And now this is officially Costa's screen.
Yep. I don't know how to do it, so it's not showing like.
Sorry, Costas. It's my screen now.
Move things around a bit. It's not showing the whole thing, is it? That's the problem. Oh, OBS. I don't know how to use you.
It's
a bunch of OBS.
Yeah. That's actually quite good.
Oh wow, okay.
Who do you think you are?
I never know which one it is. I just say them and then let others react.
Okay. Change it from Costas' screen. What did I even do with that graphic?
Oh wow, Matt is increasing our viewers.
Oh really?
I just told someone on the screen with you.
Okay, well we already got like 3 more than before.
There he is, the old Rob.
Hi.
Hey. Did you finish Incarnabulatum, whatever it's called, Matt? The demo.
Oh, Incantamentum. Yes, I finished the demo.
Yeah, I did too. That was pretty cool. I mean, it's a demo. I wanted more, but
yeah, definitely. But
yeah, it was pretty creepy. I mean, I don't think I played that many creepy adventure games. I mean, some people try to do that, but I'm not sure if it always works out.
They've got the tone like really.
Yeah, I was impressed. Like where they have some characters suddenly appearing and like or they're in the dark and you're not sure if you saw them before or something.
Even in the editing of the cutscenes, felt quite reminiscent of.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
like Hereditary and.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm a huge fan of those kind of close-ups with like this pixel art, but I can see it works as a film, so that's kind of interesting.
My favorite thing right now is watching Sarah spell my name by cutting your name out.
It's like Scrabble.
Not calling you out or anything.
Did you did you make the M or just like cut out pieces of my K and just like create it?
I took the
It's the N twice.
How was this like?
oh no, I
I
actually took the N from screen,
Okay.
so it's Matt Scree.
Not cost us a screen.
Yeah, could have. Probably
The other
been
one, that'd be-
easier. Celebroscopy. That'll do. It looks kind of weird. Wait, what's going on here?
Who knows?
I'm gonna hide that dinosaur for now because it makes me sad.
It was horrible drawing it.
Yeah, made everyone sad just like drawing it and
Especially after you because I did the
There we go.
prototype for that first scene when that's
yeah.
the dinosaur that's chasing you.
Yeah,
So I was like,
exactly.
you it being alive. And I was like, oh no, it is not alive.
Yeah, we thought of that 2 days ago. Actually, it wasn't. We were like, we need a different dino there. I was like, wait a minute, we don't need this dino anymore.
You're not doing Costas' screen now. You've been relegated.
Oh no, I've been cannibalized by you. Like all my letters. I hope you enjoy my letters, man.
I hate your words.
Hope you enjoy cloning and mutating my T to use a second one for your name.
Still trying to work out what to do with the other side of the river here. And also screaming, because I'm probably going to have to animate this river. That'd be kind of fun.
I was wondering with a parallax. So
yeah, I mean, I'll do them. I'll save them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Probably. I mean, that's the only solution I can think of. Like, yeah, you've already. That's why you have it in 2 different colors, right?
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Yeah, because this one is
trying to
supposed
make
to
them
be
stand out. Yeah.
playable in quotations.
Yeah. Is that not? I've done something very wrong here. Which is. Oh, there you go. I drew on the wrong layer. That's not a surprise.
Have you named your layers?
I did.
Oh, cool. Now I don't have to draw anymore for the stream. I can just like watch stuff and pretend.
You can just pretend to work now.
Wow, this drawing is so hard, right, guys? Can't see it. Fly. It's a bit ironic because I'm drawing a fly trap. I can see the irony. Now go away.
Let's try some. Start a new layer. Distant sketch layer.
Sketchy.
Try some ideas out on the other shoreline with pink.
Thanks for the follow, Rob. Much appreciated. Oops. I'm on the last frame.
Oh, okay, I was fast, so now you get to do some bugs.
After this frame, yeah.
Bugs next. Yeah, no Adventure X this year, Rob said.
Yeah, it's weird. Feels weird, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, everything feels weird anyway, so that's just one of the weird things to add on top of it, I guess.
I feel like that's the last time I was in London.
For
So
me,
that's-
for sure.
Well, yeah.
I think
But you get family there, right? So
Yeah.
that's what you mean.
Yeah.
I think I went not long after that, but I haven't been this year. I don't think.
Mm.
Man, imagine like it was my first time staying at a hostel. Can't even imagine a hostel right now with like the virus thing. That's like the worst idea in the world.
I keep getting emails from them saying we're
Yeah,
open
like,
again.
it's
I'm like,
safe now,
I'm not
come-
going.
It's safe now. Come. I was like,
It's not
yeah,
safe
good,
now.
nice try, nice try, hostel.
Yeah, this year it's just kind of.
Oh wow, Rob has been all the Adventure X's basically, other than one. Oh, it's been 6 years. Wow.
This would have been the 10th year of Adventure X.
Damn.
Wow.
Broke my streak.
Yeah, well, I mean, your streak broke by itself. You don't, you didn't do anything to. If there's not one, you didn't miss one.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, they have the adventure exam thing, which I mean, I would have liked some prizes. I know they don't matter, but at least you have something to look forward to in a way.
I just realised my stream's kind of not centered, so you can't really see what I'm doing. It's sort of just people are just seeing some.
Yeah.
pink in the
Oh
distance.
yeah,
Something
oh yeah. It's like pink slowly growing. What's? I have to work out this again.
Not
So-
that tree drawing is particularly important, but you know.
I don't remember when we met Matt. Did we message Matt before Adventure X, or did we meet him at Adventure X?
We met in London before, like sometime independently of Adventure X.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
It was some
Oh,
little pub somewhere that I think Sarah.
Me
Yeah,
and Sarah have
yeah.
been to 3 of them. Yeah, that's crazy foresty pub. But that was the second time, right? I mean, we've met before that, haven't we? The first time we
I thought
went, we
met
were
before that,
exhibiting with Sarah.
The first time, what?
The,
What'd you
the very first time we were exhibiting.
I think we met before that because we met before I'd done all the demo backgrounds,
Oh, of course.
and then I did those, and then you were at Adventure X just doing it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Doing the
But
demo.
I haven't met you up close, so maybe.
I saw Matt at the first Adventure X I went to, and I recognized him. I think
So you've been to 4, Sarah.
from Twitter, and I was like, oh look, I know him, or I know of him, and then I never went and said hi.
Starstruck.
Yeah. I don't know when that was. That was a while ago.
Yeah. 2015, maybe?
Because you were exhibited at the one when it was at South Bank,
Yes.
Yeah.
and that was like, was that the last year that it was at South Bank?
Yes. No.
So that what was it?
No, wait. I think it wasn't. I'm really confused. So the one we went to this year. Oh yeah, I missed one, didn't I?
We did miss one, yeah.
And so there's been 2 at the whatever it is, Gold something University. What is it now?
Goldsmiths.
Yeah, there's been 2 there, right?
I mean, it's the British Library now, but there's been 2 there. Yeah.
So we missed the previous one. We went to this one. Well, last year. And then. So I remember I've been twice to the old venue.
And there was at like Liverpool Street before that.
Oh yeah,
that was in deep time.
Liverpool
That was like
Street.
8 years ago.
back in the point and click adventure game times. Oh no, it's even older.
One at Elephant Car. Yeah, I feel like I.
Oh, that was Elephant and Castle as well. Gee,
I
Oh,
think
wow.
I
that
forgot about that.
was that kind of like. I went. The very first one I went to was like people were exhibiting. There were like glass doors that you went through, and then people were exhibiting like straight through that, and then there were like some barriers that you went through to the
Yeah, I think
lecture
that was
halls.
Elephant and Castle.
Oh, okay, so
yeah.
that's the first one I went to. One of those. If I don't know how
So that
many
was
times it
like-
was there.
What's that? Like maybe 6 years ago.
I have no idea. It could have been, yeah.
'Cause that's the
Yeah.
time when Rob stayed with me, I think.
Yeah.
And that was a silly idea because we just had to leave every night and go all the way home.
Oh yeah.
So I think that was the year I was like, I'm bloody getting a hotel now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember actually that you had to go grab the train or back.
How does everyone feel about these sort of sketchy trees in the background on the other side of the river? I'm not sure we're going to get mountains in this thing, really, but
Yeah, with this angle, no. Yeah, I mean, up to you. I mean, the whole point is that he feels like he's in the middle of a jungle on an alien planet. So as long as we can show that,
yeah.
I like it.
I like it.
I'm just not too sure about the color.
That's my kind of joke here.
Yeah, no, I like it. It definitely feels more jungly.
And I can animate the water sort of
Ooh.
just because it's meant to be quite fast flowing, isn't it? So quite rapidy, maybe. I think.
Yeah.
That'd be quite interesting to animate.
I mean, we can still probably have like little dinosaurs hiding behind the trees or
Yeah,
whatever.
they can. I mean, there could be something in the water, like just
Yeah,
popping its head out and popping its head out and whatnot.
I mean, there's definitely one which is playable, like a fish something.
A playable fish.
No, as in like part of the puzzle fish.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. There's a fish, and yeah, in the puzzle.
Popping in and out. Playable fish. Third playable character fish.
Have all the roots like dipping into the water. That'd be cool.
Ooh, yeah, sounds lovely.
Just for like swampy. And then it comes parallax. I'll save it all on a separate layer. And then we can
Nice. Yeah, I guess around this little plant that Matt drew, that's probably where the fly is gonna stand, or maybe the rock, or whatever.
Oh yeah, this plant here was kind of my intention. Yeah, but I can always move it or draw more.
Yeah, I mean, it might not even be an issue, I guess. I just sent Sarah the animation, so she's gonna send her 3 different sprites with like flying front, side, and diagonal. So you're gonna animate it, I guess, in AZS and see where he lands.
What is Outer Wilds?
I have seen Outer Wilds. It looked confusing, and I got scared.
That looks really
Yeah, I
busy.
keep hearing about this game, but I'm not sure what it's about. Something about spaceships and planets. That's all I
Action
know.
adventure game. Annapurna. Oh, it looks nice.
Is this by a big company or is this indie?
I think it was quite a small team.
Because it looks almost AAA, I think. Right. Played Among Us yet?
Yeah, I've played that once or twice.
Is it any fun? How many friends of yours were playing it with?
Played it with like 6 people, I think.
Was it fun? Or
It's
did you
quite good.
try and kill each other in real life after arguing?
It's a fun enough game, so it's not. I mean, I can see why it wasn't popular for a few years, and then became like.
Oh, why though? I mean, I didn't get why.
I think a streamer played it, and then it just blew up.
Yeah, no, but I can understand what changed since 2 years ago. Like we all had Discord too, right?
It's kind of the
Or was
perfect
it-
time
well,
for
there
it
was a
right now as
quarantine
well.
thing, yeah. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, if you only take into consideration that people were more in their houses, it still doesn't explain why it blew up.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's all right for £4.
Or
Yeah, that's
free.
what I was thinking. And I think you can
Or free
also
on
have it.
Android.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have it for free on the phone, and it has like crossplay or something.
I
Yeah,
think
it's cross compatible. I tried it. Yeah. But I don't like it.
Matt, did you play the new Risk of Rain final update game thing?
Yeah, I've been trying to play it on like the normal difficulty, and it's so hard. I'm so
Yeah,
bad at
on
it.
hard it's actually you're gonna die. I mean, on medium you're gonna die, and on hard it's like impossible for me.
Oh, I
don't
meant
even
like I meant like the normal mode or medium.
Yeah, but I'm happy it has a final boss, and it can actually finish. So that's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, you can finish
Like,
it now.
Yeah, you can. That's actually nice. And it's pretty cool. Like that final world, I really dig it. It's really pretty.
Is that the one with like the
Floating.
flying asteroid, like the floating
Yeah,
asteroid?
yeah, where you're like in the I don't know what kind of, not stratosphere, whatever sphere is like on the planet where you're like
Yeah.
seems like you're really close to the planet but you're not, something like that. It's insane. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not completed it yet. I've just been playing because I've been playing it on normal mode. I haven't actually finished it on the easy mode.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I finished on easy mode or not. I might have. And I was like, well, if you want to finish it, if you want to almost guarantee you're going to finish it, you pick the engineer usually. Like,
Yeah, I always play the engineer.
Yeah, because he's like, he just chills back.
And just put turrets down. And
Yeah,
go
pretty much.
crazy.
Hide behind your shield.
Just get loads of soldier syringes. You have miniguns.
Have you played Swordlight?
Haven't finished it. But
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. I that's the first one I managed to finish from Francisco's games. Well, I mean, I started Lamplight City, and back when it first came out, it had like a bug that you couldn't you couldn't keep going with the game because the whole thing bugged. And I was like, okay, that's enough. I'm not starting over. And then he fixed it apparently, but yeah, I was like, I lost my interest at that point.
Yeah, it's not one you really want to. If you're
Yeah.
like, already deep into it, you don't really want to.
Because he has some options where you can just like, if you piss off one character, they're never gonna talk to you again. And you know, the game is like, fair enough, you're gonna finish this game in a different way.
Yeah.
But you didn't because there was a bug, so no one talked to you. And I was like, is that a bug or not? And then it was. Yeah, I like Starlight a lot. Like the art direction was really, really cool. And then I'm not sure like the ending because it has kind of this kind of multiple ending thing. But then you pick the ending and then you just see like a cinematic, not even a cinematic thing, like people talk about what you did and then it ends. So it doesn't really matter what you pick.
I've not finished Shardlight.
I don't think I've ever played multiple ending games I enjoyed. Like, I don't think it ever works.
I don't really feel that there's a need for multiple endings in games, but
It's just
You what,
trying to make an adventure game have replayability, I guess. It's the only thing I can think of. But
I mean, that's the reason. Right?
yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter the replayability in the end, does it? If it's not like, if you just like load it up to see the other ending, for me, usually all the other endings feel wrong and one ending feels right, which is usually how you tell a story. Like, it usually has like an ending that kind of like makes sense, and then the other endings are just like possible solutions. So from a random point of view, it could end like that, but from a story point of view, it doesn't make sense. It's not satisfying. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, a recent example I could think of is that I played Fire Emblem Three Houses on Twitch, and like you get the choice of being in charge of like the different schoolhouses and have different stories attached to them. And because I finished it with one house, I'm like, well, that's the perfect ending for me.
Yeah,
And I don't really want to see the other ones.
I guess that's what they mean by calling it the good ending. It's actually the ending that makes more sense. Like, it's more gratifying. It doesn't mean that it's good, but good doesn't like morally good, but it just like makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess.
And I just got, I got attached to my characters, so I don't want to see them get destroyed in a different playthrough.
Hi, Sean.
Hello. Yeah, I agree that the journey needs to be enjoyable, but also if the ending is enjoyable, then you can. I think that works for films mostly, and that's why I'm borrowing from story. That if a film has a bad ending, you're gonna feel bad. Like you're gonna feel like it didn't work. But if a film that's okay has a really good ending, then you're gonna forgive everything you've seen so far.
Oh,
You
like
can
that.
argue that the game is way longer than the film.
That Bird Box film on Netflix.
I haven't seen it, but I know of it.
Oh, okay. So like I enjoyed the film, but I did not like the ending at all, and it made me like hate the film. But hate's
Well,
a pretty
doesn't it
strong
have a
word.
sequel? Yeah, which what I'm talking about, but I haven't seen the film, so I kind of like.
Yeah, but it's that kind of thing where I was enjoying the film, but because of the
Yeah.
ending, I don't like the whole thing as a
Yeah,
whole now.
well-
But with games, it definitely is kind of different. I feel like it is.
Yeah, I mean, it might be. So Monkey Island 2, for example, it doesn't have a good ending in my opinion, but it's really enjoyable. It doesn't take away the fact that it's really enjoyable,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
But I guess that's what usually happens in games too, that they run out of time, and then in the end is just the end. They did the same for Curse of Monkey Island. They had planned like a much bigger ending, and they were like, yeah, whatever.
I don't think any of the Monkey Island 3s have Monkey Island games have good endings.
Yeah, I agree. But then Grim Fandango had a nice ending, and Full Throttle had a really climactic ending. That's pretty cool. Yeah, KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic 2. I honestly don't even remember it. I think I remember there was like the most obvious betrayal in the history of video games, if that's what you're talking about. But the first one had like a really nice twist and ending.
I feel like this cape does not move slowly anymore compared to the other animations I did.
Is my
What the heck is going on? Okay.
Oh.
I just want to work on it.
well, I mean, yeah.
Oh, these trees are really uniformly separated. I need to do something.
That's tree is cool because it looks like it's actually, very claustrophobic kind of jungle.
You just sort of separate them a bit.
I really like your crate too. Finally feels
what?
like a crate on the ground because it feels like there's actually a spaceport crest there.
Oh, the crater.
that's-
It's a crate.
Yeah,
I was looking for like a
That's
wooden
like-
box.
I did. Yeah, that's true. That's completely wrong. I wonder why I thought it
I've
was
actually
correct.
I've got a bit of a layer of the space pod, but I'm not showing it for reasons.
Okay. For reasons. Looks like a nest by itself.
Yeah, got a big egg in it.
Oh man, you have so many rocks to draw in the next area where they climb up rocks. It's only rocks.
Oh no, me. dropping rocks.
It's like Matt's game. I see you're hatching a plan there.
Oh, I like it.
Care to explain?
Stop. Make him stop. I suppose I can't cheat on this layer either, because if it's going to parallax, then all these are going to need to be fleshed out. These trees.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Kind of struggling because yours doesn't super flow either as much as I was thinking.
Wait,
Okay.
can I see yours and say what I think is
Yeah,
wrong?
yeah, yeah, please do. You can also say what's right. I'm joking.
Well, it looks correct to me.
Oh, I fixed the bits that were looking bad. It's
This makes it look like there's a massive spoiler here. With the egg. There's no egg in this game.
It's
Well,
like
it might be.
we're feeding them red herrings and fake spoilers so that we throw them off.
Exactly.
It's like just have like tentacles and a kraken in it, the lake view. So like, what the hell is this game about? It's like a submarine with kraken people. No, this village is ours.
right. So you're happy with that then?
Yeah, it looks fine to me.
Okay. Let me just find this fly so I can start that. So for the fly, have you just given me like
Yes,
oh no, that's the fly. Okay.
correct.
Oh, it's on the same folder. So there's
It's on other.
Fuck am I doing?
I was like, why is it chat talking about Barney the dinosaur in Lovecraft? And then I see Matt's screen, and I was like, okay, that doesn't make sense, and it makes sense at the same time. Nice throwing off their scent map. That's why we needed you in stream. Like, undo the spoilers we accidentally spoiled.
oh man.
It's like Matt is like, okay, guys, hear me out. What if instead of dinosaurs,
We have Lovecraftian horrors. Baby Lovecraftian horrors.
cute Lovecraftian horrors? Yeah.
Why am I continuing to draw this? This is why the game's never going to end. Costas was drawing Charmander yesterday.
Yeah, well, that was upon request from the chat, Bernie.
And Pikachu and Bulbasaur. Oh, where did I draw this fly?
Rob, do you need an artist for your Goosebumps Let's Plays? You know who to look for?
Well, Matt is going to give you goosebumps. Doesn't matter what he draws. Oh wow, it's getting thicker now. Yeah, you're drawing it growing up.
So you've got 6 arms.
Well, it's it's from another plane. I guess that's fine with realism.
I have a feeling I lost the fly that I drew.
No.
Oh no,
Wow.
sorry, I'm gonna muck up the stream real quick. Not the stream, Matt's thing.
It buzzed off.
Yeah.
How did you not save it? You mean I had yours because I used it as a reference to draw mine.
Yeah, no, I found it from our chat. There we go. I just think I stupidly didn't save it or something. Oh no, I know where it was. No, I do have it.
Sarah,
Yeah.
about those, what are they, reeds or whatever, that Matt was drawing?
Which?
Twigs? Reeds? What are they?
Reeds?
Reeds.
Are we okay if they're that close to the
Are they the
shore?
reeds that are the reeds?
I mean, I
I'm
could
wondering.
change them, but
Well, yeah, because I don't think we've explained that part to Matt because we had a discussion about this, but we never told him. Did we?
Of what?
Of the reeds being how close they are to the shore. I mean, you did say something like that, but we didn't say if they're what's blocking the log for the Amazon and all
I
that.
think I wrote it down, but I don't know if we can talk about
wasn't it the reeds that were blocking it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the idea was that we want to read, but we don't want it as an item early on, because
It's blocked from being picked. Yeah.
Yes, I guess. And also, I'm not sure if the reeds are. I mean, Sarah was for reeds blocking the Amazon's log. I mean, it could be a combination of this and a rock or whatever, but yeah, up to you. But yeah, the idea about the reeds was that you can reach them unless something gets triggered in this scene, and then the droid can pick it up.
Yeah, I can move them a little further away or block them with more rocks or something. It's not fine, is that?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the fact that the Amazon's log gets stuck a bit
Yes.
further into the water. I think I didn't share a screenshot of that, which I need to do.
So if you notice on my flies, Sarah, I added on some frames like white lines to indicate. Okay.
What color? We don't know what color we're making him, do we?
I like this one. I don't know.
Okay.
Has Matt seen your bug?
Don't
bugging me.
think so.
He's getting worse.
What are we doing?
Getting worse than me now.
Yeah. I like it.
Unless there's a bug with your Discord.
The screen's like halfway over here.
He just leaves.
What happened there?
Oh.
Did my stream die?
Did it?
I heard the beep 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 boop, and I thought you were okay. I thought you were vocally complaining to the puns by leaving. But...
Oh no. The Discord just did a silly.
Thanks for the follow.
You sound so shocked.
Falconia Maxima.
Oh, that's bad news.
Oh, who's that?
That's just a friend. Why have you got a cool icon? GLHF pledge.
Just flexing of icons there.
Your cast of my screen is frozen.
Oh, has it?
I think so.
What am
I promise not to be an asshole in game. Yeah. I hope you keep that promise. I've seen you set fire to horses before, so
What's meant to be on your screen right now?
that's right.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, good.
Not sure if Matt is bringing viewers or the opposite.
I'm scaring them all.
Like, or just punishing them for coming here.
I'm just saying that in Zelda there was some horse and it was set on fire. I'm not pointing any fingers.
Don't look a flaming gift horse in the mouth.
Mm. Oh yeah, Falcon really hates puns, so good luck.
Oh well, you found the perfect stream then.
What am I doing?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
For life in general.
Oh, I see Tom shared the screenshot from Feria, which I'm assuming it's your art, Matt. That looks really cool. It's like a barn.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Just wanted a couple of weeks ago.
See your favorite rocks there.
They're a bit more impressionist in.
How do you find it drawing in the Day of the Tentacle art style? Is it like a lot of surreal corners and stuff?
Yeah, you just go a bit weird with the shapes, really. It's about it. It's not quite Day of the Tentacle because they actually did like 5-point perspective, and I'm not doing that.
Ooh.
They were all drawn and then scanned in anyway, I think.
Really?
Scanned and then touched up.
Oh, you mean the original one, the
Yeah.
tentacle ones? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my question is, are they not pixelated? That just become pixelated because of the downscaling?
I mean, it's just a resolution thing. I think those ones were touched up though, rather than. But I think they started off. I think so. I think they started off as hand drawn.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Could be wrong. Well, it might have been digital, that one. I can't remember.
Oh, Sarah, are those wings like all transparent, or just you did one layer transparent?
It's 2 layers for the 2 separate wings that are transparent.
So when the fly like lands on something, is it gonna be transparent?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I think so.
Also, just bear in mind that in my animations, I slightly move the bug by a pixel up or something every time the frame changes.
Actually, Day of the Tentacle must have been fully digital. It looks much more digital. Yeah. But yeah.
What was the ending of the Day of the Tentacle?
What's the ending? Did you say?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it now, but I can't.
They like use a bowling. They pretend there's a bowling alley in the basement and bowl over all the tentacles.
So it's bullshit, basically. Okay, because we're trying to find a.
Oh no, it's a silly ending, but
okay,
at least it's an ending. But the whole game is silly, so it's fine.
Yeah, I guess. Just going around to the conversation about adventure games having good endings, I guess.
I mean, I think the ending is not necessarily important sometimes. If you have a satisfying journey.
Yeah, but
it's the journey, not a destination.
Yeah, sure, but I'd rather arrive at the destination alive and all that.
Yeah.
Well, were you listening to the conversation we had with Sarah earlier, or were you not here? I don't remember if it was the time you were coming to chat.
What
Talking about the
conversation?
ending of films and stuff.
You were here.
That, yeah, how I don't know, like how you can forgive a film that has a good ending if it wasn't that great, but you can forgive a great film where it has a bad ending. Like you watch it and you're like, I didn't like that. Because, like, I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, it's weird because you're referring to games as journeys, but films are not journeys. So, but
Films
they're
were
both
set
storytelling. That's why I don't like saying journeys for stories, I guess, because they're not. They're someone else's journey, I guess. That's why I want a satisfying ending, personally. I mean, you can enjoy things if they don't have great endings, but a great ending is like so important that it's same not to.
A great ending is certainly memorable, but also a terrible ending is.
It's also, yeah, a terrible ending makes you have a bad taste for overall the whole thing, even though it's not fair.
I think
That's my opinion.
in a game though,
It's more
an ending is such a small part
also
compared to the
what?
whole process of playing through the game.
But some adventure games, I'm sure there are people who never completed them,
Yeah.
but they have played them a lot. So, because of the puzzles, you can always leave an adventure game half completed. While with a film, seldomly you're gonna stop watching it halfway through, if it's a classic one, especially.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just I started doing the comparison with films and games.
But that's
I guess.
probably why the ending's more important in a film than it would be in a game.
Yeah, but also it's kind of sucks that even if you have a great ending for a game, no one is gonna see it because it's not guaranteed that everyone's gonna like complete the game, especially if it's too hard or whatever.
Yeah.
I very rarely switch off movies unless it's absolute garbage.
Yeah.
I usually have
Yeah,
to
same.
finish them.
Like I feel like I have to give it a chance, basically, even if it's shit throughout the whole way. I have to be sure by the end of it. I can still give a chance to the movie if it's ending and it's still not completed, and then say, okay, that was shit, but I want to see the whole thing.
Sometimes there are unforgivable movies.
That said, I did want to leave some points when I was at the cinema halfway through a film.
Oh, really?
I did. Yeah, I remember. I think Superman by Zack Snyder. I was like, "What the hell is this?" At some point, I remember saying, "I'm so bored. Is anything gonna happen?" At some point.
Did it get any better?
I don't know. I mean, I don't like that film too much. I fell asleep during the second James Bond film with Daniel Craig. I think I watched it with you, but I'm not sure. Sorry.
I don't
Circle of
think
Solace.
so. I don't think so.
That's the only movie I fell asleep in the cinema.
I almost fell asleep in that Spectre one. I thought that was terrible.
Spectre?
The most recent James Bond, I think.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Skyfall was good. I haven't seen Spectre. And then halfway through the new Conan film with Jason Momoa, I thought that was bullshit, but
I didn't even know there was a Jason Momoa.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Kind of want to watch that.
At least I had the friends with me, so we could talk shit about the film while it was going on. So it was kind of fun.
Costas.
Yes, that's me.
You kind of like when you drew this fly, the first version of it had like way too much detail.
Your detail or my detail?
No, the one you drew had like way too much detail.
Yes.
And now this one has none of the details in it. Where do I put the lines and stuff?
Oh, I mean, I don't know the lines. You can do it sideways. I just kind of left it up to you to do the details because it's so minimal.
Are they just going to be like this?
Well, I mean, you're the one who designed the fly, technically, because I
Did
followed
I?
your design. Yeah, I followed your design. I followed your design.
Okay.
I did the
everyone's
stupid
been
fly.
called out.
Then you traced my fly into your version, and then I traced your version and drew on that.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, but I didn't add too many details on the side because whatever, you're gonna figure it out. Like, I'm not gonna draw those little green things, for example. You can do that.
What's the circle that you drew on its body?
You mean on its bum?
Yeah, there.
Oh, that might be the green thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, follow your design. The idea was
Okay.
that maybe it has a belly that you didn't draw because of that angle, but I don't know.
Okay.
Like colorful belly, whatever. Seriously, this is so unproductive for me to be on stream. It's fun, but I never do anything. Like, I've been drawing this Venus planet, it looked like shit, and I've been like, I don't know what to do with it.
Probably should draw this on a different layer. Just in case.
Feels good doing art again for this game.
Yeah. Quite excited to put it into the game as well.
Little bee.
Do you prototype, Matt, when you do your games?
In what sense? Like, have it all roughed out?
Yeah.
If I'm game jamming, I do. Just get it all done first. Programming, and then hope I have time to draw. Although I sometimes do a little bit of art for a break while I'm doing it. Do more work for your break. Could draw some rocks on the other side.
Sarah?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if your bug on the side has a thicker head, but I'm not sure how to show this.
What do you mean on the side?
Like, okay, from the top it looks like it has really wide head.
Yeah.
I might have added a pixel on where its neck and feather and the wings connect.
Where its neck and wings connect.
you're,
You want
you're saying it like I said a riddle. Yeah. There,
well, it
maybe.
felt like a riddle.
Well, I mean, I was trying to be as specific as possible, and you got it. So.
I mean, like, even technically, this antenna shouldn't be here if that's what it is.
Oh, I see what. Okay, yeah, it's both its antennas. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Like there? Is that weird?
Well, Matt's screen became square.
It's getting compressed more and more into the corner. I don't know, because I'm zooming in, I think.
So yeah, like our game is turning into Sumatra now, because it was full of jungles. If you played that from Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah. I haven't played the full version, but I remember playing the
Yeah, I played that. It was
game.
pretty fun. I was thinking when I was playing it, wow, this is like Theropods. There's like, in a way that there's like a predator in front of you, and you need some kind of puzzle to get by.
Hmm.
I'm not saying they copied us because they obviously released the game. Actually, they made the game at the same time we made the GameStop version. So you could
Yeah,
say
they
Sumatra is as old as Theropods, but also it's completed, and we haven't completed anything. So,
They are.
but yeah, so many
Productive.
jungles. Yeah, they're super productive, those guys. Ah, okay. Is that the records streaming? Oh no, it's not. Was it 2 hours yesterday we had a stream, or was it an hour and a half, or what was it?
I think it's just about 2 hours that we did. How long have we been going for?
1:30, 2.
Okay.
Mistfall. Well, she's lurking, so she might still be here. What's everyone got planned for the weekend?
Work.
You need to have a break.
Nothing exciting. I was gonna maybe make pizza actually. I was gonna make some mozzarella cheese and vegan mozzarella cheese and pizza.
Of course.
I think it would be a bit ambitious to make actual mozzarella.
Possibly
Not
in
either
a
that.
weekend.
It's a dirty product. My plan every Saturday is to eat until I pass out, but I can also work at the same time.
How about you, Matt?
I should say I'm going to work, but it's not going to be the case.
That was a trick question by Sarah.
I don't know, I might just go for a walk or
Nice.
do some non-computer things.
That's the worst things ever.
I think I'll go crazy if I had to work, sit on my computer all the time.
Yeah.
Actually looks really nice outside right now. The sun's shining. Got you to walk up a mountain.
Rob doesn't like activities. That was like 3 years ago, and he still goes on about.
Next time, they suggested, it's like, Matt, why don't you go take a hike?
Oh, I would. Yeah. You don't have to. Don't have to convince me. Oh yeah, the next day we made Rob walk.
Hey, is that Nathan? Hey, Nathan.
It's Sick Chicken,
Hi.
or formerly known as Sick Chicken. I don't know. Call me Coolio.
Will do.
I won't. I won't call you that. I will call you Nath though. Nathio.
Sick Nathan Studios. Yeah, I don't know why I'm watching Matt's screen from the stream when I can watch Matt's screen on somewhere else here.
Oh, for hate perspective. I don't know
Oh,
what
why
I'm
don't you
doing.
change your perspective about it?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I would say that this is a different bug now on the site
I
compared to the other one.
know.
It's like mutated.
Like, even... Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Mine is pretty different, but I think yours has double the size of a butt that the other one has.
Than the one that I initially drew, but you drew it
I
like that.
like big bugs, and I kind of not like the image. Well, compared to your bug, which is butt, then it's like
He's a monster.
double the size, I guess.
Yeah, I know, but you drew it like that.
Sure, but it's also it's also a little bit smaller. I think my version. It's weird because I don't know how it would be on the side. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
So the one you're doing here, it's like 3/4 perspective.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
this
worry
one's from
about
the
it too
side
much.
though, right? The new one.
Yes.
It sounded really creepy. Yes.
No wonder it's bugging me.
I can't tell if that was meant to be a joke or not.
It was meant
I
to
don't know
be.
anymore.
It's always meant to be.
Is that me again?
What happened?
No, it's fine. Thought my stream thing died, but it's fine. I can hear something booping
Booping?
on this Discord.
That's your Discord though, right? Right?
I think so.
I can't hear.
Please stop booping.
Is someone just spamming you?
No, I have all the notification sounds turned off. It's gone quiet.
Costas,
Yeah, I'm here.
what you doing?
The first time I concentrated on doing work. That's really good.
That's why it's so eerie. Costas is working.
I might have done a decent plant here. So sure. Unrelated, but I started playing the second Monkey Island version with the voice acting.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool. I haven't actually gotten myself to play the voice acted other version because I don't like the graphics whatsoever.
The graphics on the first one are awful.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, it's fine. I played the game, but now it's pretty enjoyable actually with the old graphics and the new voice acting. And that was my story. Cautionary tale.
Cautionary tale of something. No, I don't tend to play too many of the remakes. I kind of just go, why bother?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's cool that they make them again so that people who didn't grow up with them can be introduced to them, I guess. Or they make them without having to, like, I don't know, have Scum VM on their computer or whatever. How's your game going, Nathan? If you're around. I mean, I keep seeing GIFs that look really cool online. Ooh, that's cool. Have you? I don't know what the process is in 3D. I'm guessing 3D stuff also are prototyped. I'm assuming. But I've seen you do a lot of final art too, and I guess that's the reason to have stuff to share online. The spooky 3D one. I think that's the title of the game too, right?
Spooky 3D game by Coolio.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that you wouldn't think that Untitled Goose Game would be a great title, but they still kept it. Cool. I think that's the first time we're doing art after months because we were just prototyping, but it's not very fun.
I'll be right back.
Okie
I'll leave the
dokes.
egg tentacle monster.
Yes, please leave some exposition for what happens. Yeah, that was Matt's inclusion to our story. He thought it would be great if we replaced the dinosaurs with something else.
Does that look fine? Right, I need to move the legs. But yeah.
I would maybe have the antenna more not that high in its head, but like in an angle, perhaps, like a horn. No, I mean like to the front, but
To the front.
not like completely vertical to the ground. It looks like a bee. Maybe that it comes from its from the front of its head instead of on top of its eye. Yay, something like that. Yeah. I mean, it should work. Hopefully, the whole thing. Though, are you gonna do its
So
feet the same way you
square.
did the other ones, or
Same
with the
way.
colors?
Oh yeah, didn't even realize. I think I didn't
And
realize because it was
also,
covered in the first
yeah.
one.
Okay.
They look really long. I've already made them 1 pixel shorter. Don't they still
Yeah,
look long?
I was gonna say you can either make them shorter or you can make the other ones longer.
Maybe a bit of both. I don't know.
Oh, your idea has legs.
That does not make sense.
It does? That's a phrase.
I don't know my phrases.
This idea has legs.
Came back and I heard that and started believing
Oh
it.
wow, yeah, that was that's a win by itself. Oh, we can talk horror films with Nathan. I mean, I'm assuming that he watches some, judging from his game. We had a discussion earlier with Matt about folk horror films. Apparently, there are like 5, though. There are not that many.
I'm sure there are more.
Yeah, I mean, good ones. I mean.
Well,
Yeah, I found a lot actually, but I haven't heard of any, so I just told you the ones I knew.
I don't know a great deal. Everyone says The Witch.
Yeah,
I mean,
And
it's good.
Sarah.
It's very good.
It's really good. Yeah. Did you watch Lighthouse? Yeah, it is. We were talking about what other Wicker Man and Midsummer, I guess, were other folk horror films. And Matt watched Apostle, which I haven't seen.
I think it probably falls into that category, but it wasn't as good as either of the ones we mentioned. So.
Yeah, the
Not
Lighthouse
really sure if
kind of.
Lighthouses.
I guess because it's also, I don't know. Yeah, it has to do with like myths and
It doesn't
stuff.
really go into any folklore though, aside from
No, it goes to surrealism, but yeah,
it gets a bit weird. Yeah.
I did enjoy it though.
Good film.
I usually don't enjoy this kind of films, but this one, I don't know, it had nice world building and crazy performances. I watched a really weird Turkish horror film the other day called Baskin that starts really, really, really slow and then it gets insanely gory. That's what I can say. But yeah, it's like a mixture of Silent Hill and Hellraiser, I guess. But that's
Nice.
only in the last 20 minutes.
I don't like gore for gore's sake. I don't mind it. I don't mind gore, but
Yeah, I know what you
it's
mean.
used well.
I mean, it's always going to be for gore's sake, I guess, in a way, because you could have not done it.
Well,
But yeah.
You should put some weird coloured plants in this. Although I don't want to take focus from the particular elements that we need.
Yeah, well, I trust you with touching little colorful touches here and there, like it always worked when you did it in the past. I'm trying to place a plant where you're drawing. Where, I mean, right there. With this, the root of this tree now. Oh, I guess I have a little more space here. A little lower.
Alright, I need to make this 3/4 fly look like the fly, because he looks weird.
It's a Jeff Goldblum.
That's a sigh.
Fly finds a way.
What?
Do you like my mess-up for films?
Oh, I didn't get that one.
Oh, he says life finds a way in Jurassic Park. Speaking of
Oh, okay.
and he's the fly. Best part of my jokes is explaining them.
So many layers.
Probably talking about Matt's drawing. That's my joke.
Hey, I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. And 3 of them are jokes. So. And 1 is blank. In fact, more than 1 are blank. I don't even need that layer to delete it. I was going to copy over like the outline that you drew onto it and sort of use it as a guide, but then I was just like, nah. It's going to go at it. Because I have to find if I put the outline on over it, I'd start tracing it.
Yeah. And it wasn't the best of backgrounds.
I don't work through an outline sort of thing.
Yeah. I don't know, Costas, does it work? The sideways one? Are you looking?
Should do a turnaround, do a fly turnaround.
Yeah. Costas?
Well, the thing is, the side one and the diagonal one work. The top one, I mean, I think it works. I think it works. If you animate it and it works, then it works. And my theory is that it should work.
Okay.
Because it just flips around so fast that
Yeah.
it should be okay. And also, I'm seeing it now without its wings, so that's a bit weird. I think if you add the wings, it's going to be fine. On the top one.
On the
Yeah, I
top
think
one,
it's
he's
fine
right
with the wings.
there.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay.
Nathan's suggesting something.
Maybe you don't need to show the eyes in the front view. Front view.
Or wouldn't that be the bottom view then?
Wait, which one's the front view?
I guess you may, there's a top view, not a front view though. Yeah, okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, he thought, okay. Yeah, well, maybe because it didn't have wings that was confusing. No problem.
I mean, honestly, yeah, a turnaround would, if you're that bothered, I guess, do it all. Cheap turnaround animation, just to see how the orientations work.
It's not even a turnaround though, because it's like we have a diagonal version and a front one and a side one.
Yeah, probably don't need to. But...
Yeah, because it's flying in like as if it was top view, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why I thought this, but.
I mean, does it work in the actual animation of it flying?
Yeah, I mean, I would have thought so.
Did I download
It worked
that?
for my version when the animation.
Oh, I haven't downloaded that yet.
whenever I do a character for Tom's game, the Ferrier game, even if the character doesn't move, I like to do turnaround animations just in case.
Mm.
Oh, really? Well, I mean, I've seen a lot of characters in this game that don't move, but I guess it helps you
I
because
like to do it
they
just
do
to
have a
sort
lot
of
of animations though, when they talk or laugh or their hat just like pops over their head or something. Sarah was saying
Just to
earlier how it feels weird that she hasn't drawn the Amazon phrases.
yeah. Mm. Better do some Amazon animations. Amazon nations.
Yeah, I missed her in her. But I guess there's not too much of her in this bit.
Mm.
We got a whole game to do her. I mean, the more we do, I guess, the less we're gonna. It makes sense because we're gonna be reusing a lot, but
Yeah. No, there's still going to be plenty to do, I'm sure.
My stream popped again.
Oh, sorry. That's my fault.
Oh,
I minimized the screen by mistake.
there you reduce Matt to this.
I was just wondering where I'd gone.
This time you just give him a pixel of the screen, like from it just turns into different shades of green.
Green is definitely the theme of this game for backgrounds so far.
Don't worry, we got
Yeah,
underwater.
it's definitely going to
I
change
guess
up
we
a
can go
bit.
to like yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
The next chapter's
Okay.
quite yellowy. Yellow?
Yeah, orangey, yellowy with blue skies, I
Brown.
guess.
Yeah.
And we got the underwater, and then we got this beach place that we haven't designed yet. But
So what you're saying is draw it green?
I agree.
Oh,
Wow, that was bad.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Rob is getting spoiled. Good
Oh,
thing you
sorry.
went at the beginning of the stream, where we had some spoilers on screen here.
My internet might be spiking a bit, so I do apologize if it goes a bit funny.
Also, Sarah, don't forget to offset the bugs when you actually finish the animation.
What do you mean?
Like to move them up and down frame with the two.
Did I not do it?
Um,
Is that not what you mean?
well, I don't see anything moving when you do that, so I don't know.
You can't see anything moving.
Okay, now I do.
Oh.
Yeah, you did it. You did it there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, I couldn't see an animation when you were changing the frames.
Oh, weird.
Oh, it looks so cute to be completely squished now. Spoilers.
Spoilers. So what am I doing?
Question.
spending far too long on this distance stuff. Need to get it done. Although it just kind of makes the scene look complete, I guess.
Yeah.
the first time all three of us are working at the same time. Huh? I mean,
Well, on
talking to
stream,
each
anyway.
other, we probably must have done it by accident, but you know.
Yeah, certainly on stream.
It was usually Matt working and us talking about how many backers we have.
Be playing the trailer every 4 seconds.
Oh yeah, and narrating it.
God,
Oh, I forgot about that.
I wish I'd forgotten about that. Glad I stopped drinking.
Whoops. Oops. What am I doing? I'm doing the wrong thing.
Be right back. No audio trailer.
Were you saying that you'd seen some K-pop groups live earlier?
Yeah, I saw
From-
Blackpink live in London. It was pretty cool, but I mean, it's kind of from like far away in a sense.
Mm.
It was a pretty
When
big.
when did you see them?
When? Yep, they were in my area. Blackpink in your area. They like literally say that in every song. It was. I don't know. Last year?
Hmm.
I think it was last year.
The before times.
Yep. And they had like a 10-minute long, what's that car? Kia? Is that a car?
I think so.
Yeah. They had like an advert for Kia, like 10 minutes long in the middle of the concert. I mean, they were in it. They were in it. It was but yeah, it was pretty strange.
Whatever pays the bills, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm drawing on the wrong layer.
Oh. How much have you done?
It's fine. It's
Okay.
not really interfering with anything else.
Oh, that's good.
Can just cut it.
Oh yeah, that concert was ridiculous in the sense that there was so many people there, but we were queued outside for so long that the concert, like the time that the concert was meant to start, had started already. Everyone was still outside, and people were like pushing in the queues and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but we all got in time. It was fine. But yeah, no one seemed to really know what was going on.
Was that in London?
Yeah. Where was it? Oh, I don't know. But yeah.
Somewhere big, I imagine.
Yeah. Somewhere beginning with W.
Wembley.
I want to say Wembley, but it's not Wembley.
Mm.
I don't think it was Wembley. It's actually the exact same place that I saw Flight of the Conchords. I remember the name.
I think of a W sounding venue.
It might not have been W. I think it was. You saw Blackpink in Glasgow? No, Flight of the Conchords, yeah. Guess so. Yeah, Flight of the Conchords are amazing. I like them a lot.
I just did a Google
Do you not know them?
of, bl-
Oh,
of Blackpink.
okay, okay.
29
Wembley.
I think it was Wembley. Yeah.
Okay,
Wembley
then maybe
Arena,
it,
yeah.
maybe it was Wembley that I went to as well then.
Hmm.
Thanks, Sarah.
Oh, a sheet you go with.
Sarah
went-
is summoned by Flight
went-
of the Conchords whenever anyone writes it on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, I went with Sarah to see Flight of the Conchords
Okay.
a long, long time ago.
Back when they had a career.
Oh.
Called out, wow. Wow.
Well, they stopped.
I was meant to be going to Wembley Arena a few weeks ago, but obviously that didn't happen.
Did you say you were meant to go?
Yeah.
What for?
Ghibli, like orchestral.
What? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. But it got
Oh,
rescheduled to like next August.
okay. Wow, that's so
I'm
long
not-
to wait.
I'm not convinced it will happen anymore at this rate.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it. But
Mm,
such is life.
yeah.
Half expecting to get an email saying, yeah, we've cancelled it. Have your money
Mm.
back. Or don't have your money
Well,
back.
yeah, you'd be lucky if you. Well, hopefully.
They should be able, they should release refunds.
Yeah.
I'd hope.
Yeah.
Did you ever have like live events between first quarantine or no? You didn't have first quarantine between. I guess earlier in the year now, or were they all cancelled like forever?
I assume everything's been cancelled. Full stop. But
Yeah, I don't know.
still wondering if like the Olympics will take place again.
Yeah.
If they'll actually bother doing it next year.
If you remember when the virus started, and now it feels like 4 years ago. So by the time the next summer comes, it's gonna feel like ages again.
It's been about 6 months, hasn't it?
It's gonna be like a
Yeah.
fourth wave by then, or fifth wave,
Hope not.
or
Not in
vaccine.
Europe anyway. Hopefully Europe will get their act together.
I don't know. Europe seems like shit right now too. Like
I don't have any hope for the US,
traps and all
unfortunately.
that. Yeah, I mean they're shit house definitely. Because I don't know if Europe is even any better.
No, we're not vastly better, that's for sure.
Oh, I know. It's. Process with this fly. The problem with this is the wings need to come up onto the body, which they're not doing, are they?
Yeah, they're sort of underneath.
Yeah, it's very strange. That's something
Oh, that's
looked
what you mean.
weird. Yeah.
Yes, quite possibly.
Thanks for watching, Rob. Have a
Bye,
good
Rob.
day.
Bye bye. You guys know I don't know how to pronounce it, the Zwen Adventure dinosaur game is coming
Oh
out?
yeah, it's coming out soonish, isn't it?
Yeah, one of the devs just messaged us on Twitter asking if we're right because we haven't been on social media for ages. Oh, I should answer her. Yeah, I mean it's a fair enough question, but yeah, the prototyping didn't leave many things for us this year.
It's fine. Adventure games take time. Games take time. I mean, they've been working on that for ages. So.
Yeah, that's true. Even Lancelot's Hangover is out now, which was like exhibiting at the same time as us in Adventrix. But he did have a Kickstarter like 2 years before us. It was successful before that Adventrix. What a yummy fly.
Don't eat flies. Do not recommend.
Huh?
I don't recommend eating flies.
Is that from experience?
Yes. I just thought I'd go with it.
Right. You happy with this fly?
Never been asked this question, but yes.
It's pretty fly.
It's pretty fly for a white guy.
Blink 182.
That was Fallout. No, that was.
That's what they called?
Not it's the Offspring.
Offspring, yeah.
Is it? I thought it's Blink 182. Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. Oh my gosh, can't even remember this.
I think I might move this.
Yeah, that fly looks cool. Now, did you check my other fly on the door? That's the interesting one.
What?
The other fly.
Yeah. I'm not nuts.
I was really happy with. I was really happy with the way it ended, though. I forgot the ramp on the door, so I was like, "That's perfect."
Yeah. I've not downloaded that one yet. I might do that another day. Let me just save this before I forget. Somewhere. Somewhere. Oh my god, my folders are such a mess. There we go, backgrounds. Right, I think I'm gonna stop now. I need to get some dinner sorted because I'm hungry.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. I should no, I don't. It's better for me.
You
What are you gonna make for dinner?
I don't think I am. I think we've got some. I think we've got some pies that we can have. So I might make something oniony or something to go with it.
Like a whole onion.
Yeah, just a raw onion.
Yeah, I mean,
it's England staple.
That's how I imagine vegans eating stuff. It's like, oh, I'll just eat an onion as a snack now and then.
I put too much onion into something. It was like pickled onion, like red onion, just in vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, and I think I had a little bit too much of it because my mouth just tasted like onion for the rest of the day.
I think the best thing to overdo it with is garlic. on stuff.
That's the best thing to overdo it with.
Yeah, as I
Yeah,
said,
that's
there's
exactly what I
there's
said.
no such thing as too much garlic.
No.
Sarah, you would enjoy. I mean, we talked about this before. I think the cauliflower mashed potato kind of thing. No potatoes, but it looks like mashed potato. But it's
Oh,
made of
yeah,
cauliflower.
yeah.
Yeah, overload. Do this with garlic, and
Garlic.
it's perfect. Yeah,
Overload anything of garlic and it's perfect.
but this one is perfect because also. Do you remember this Greek thing? I don't know if you tried it, which was it's called like almost literally garlic paste. So it's basically like it's like mashed potato, but it has tons of garlic too. But it has the same texture as well.
Okay.
And apparently it's really good to eat with fish, which you don't care about.
I won't be
that
doing
part,
that, but yeah.
But yeah, for some reason I don't know, mashed potato or this kind of paste is perfect for garlic, I think.
Nice.
And of course tzatziki, but it has milk in it, I guess.
Tzatziki? Oh, yogurt, bro. You can get Greek. I told you I found a vegan yogurt. That's actually
Oh yeah,
thick like Greek yogurt.
yeah, which is like insane for England because they're usually like water.
And they're all like,
English-
oh,
English
Greek
yogurt.
style yogurt, and it's just like slightly thicker than normal English yogurt.
Maybe the font they use is Greek style on the packets, but nothing else on it.
Probably not even that.
And I don't even eat yogurt that much. Like, just I don't really care. But yeah, that much I cared when I bought it once, and I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah. Yeah, so I was very happy to find a thicker one. But I still haven't made souvlaki yet.
Made. Oh, you
Indeed.
can make soya souvlaki, right? I did tell you that I was eating a lot of soya souvlaki when I was
Oh,
growing
really?
up with my my grandparents decided to become vegetarian at some point,
Oh,
which means they were force feeding me soya. Anything from like meatballs to souvlaki,
isn't that
which
really
is basically skewered kebab.
isn't that really weird in Greece? So you can easily get like soya meat replacements?
Yeah, since
Even back
then
then?
I haven't eaten any.
Interesting.
So I have no idea. It's not common at all. I don't know. I feel like I have the weirdest childhood with this. Should be like a crime feeding a kid vegetarian stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, I need to try it sometime. Right, I am gonna go and sort out my dinner.
Already?
Cut up my onion. Yeah, already. 2 hours and 18 minutes.
Ooh, that's a record. That was nice having Matt around.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Matt.
Can do it more. It sort of gets me.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm guessing.
You're
I'm
welcome to
guessing
join
Monday
whenever.
again.
Yeah. Monday will be good.
I mean, yeah. I should be done with these in a few days, though, with all the animations now.
That'd be great. I'll have like loads to choose from.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you at some point the Venus plant,
Uh-huh.
and then when we decide it's good, then I can start doing
Spot
animations
here
about it.
for it on my background, like here.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If that's okay, I'm gonna get if I can get an updated version of your background, Matt, so I can like place it a bit better.
Sure, yeah, I'll send it.
I mean, yeah, keep working. Obviously, I'm gonna work on it whenever later. Well, I'm gonna nudge you.
I've already drawn it. Look.
Oh, oh the background's looking really good.
Yeah.
Like, well, it all is, but the distance stuff.
Slight improvement for the bullshit one we had.
So it's a little bit. It's a little bit of an improvement.
Wait, how do I share things? Yeah, this is the outline of the first head, but the rest is like that. I mean, it doesn't look amazing, but at the moment it's okay, I guess.
Okay.
That's cool.
Something like that. So the first head at the front is going to be the one that's more important, and the other ones are going to be mostly mostly decoration.
I was hoping it translates to pixels, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering about the little mouse.
Yeah, we'll have to
Might
try
have to
it
make
out.
it a little bit
Well,
bigger.
unless Matt, you wanna like play around with, I guess, just the back parts of it, and the front one I'm gonna do it animated, but the other ones are not gonna move.
Yeah, I mean, you could make it exaggerated, just make it bigger. That's fine.
Yeah, pretty much. My problem was that I didn't want to mix them up with I didn't want to put so many that they were gonna be completely lost with the layers and because of the pixels. So I'm not sure if I did it here, but we'll see. And obviously the color doesn't have to be that, whatever fits better with your background.
I think it needs to be something that stands out to make it kind of obvious that it's something.
Yeah.
I think is nice. Yeah.
I guess it has to be big enough for this bug to fit in one of the mouths. Oh, Spaceman looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can reuse this animation for many things, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait. I just realized his hand probably should have kind of like been up. In the few frames I've got.
Not to spoil anything, but we are going to have animations where he's not wearing his helmet. I'm just wondering at what point.
What are you wondering?
Well, I mean, he's not a helmet. He has something under it, but...
What are you wondering?
Is she a tentacle?
I'm pretty close to your design on the left with the egg.
Oh man, that would be amazing. Alright then guys. Thanks everybody for watching. And yeah. Be back again on Monday maybe, hopefully.
Yeah, it was nice. It's 3 days in a row from...
Yeah. Okay, bye. I'm gonna stop the stream.
Bye everyone.
Bye,
Thanks.
everyone.